Hello my crafty friends, we're back and we're going to do another art journal page, and here is the one that I am going to finish. So I put down some water and I'm using my Distress Oxide sprays. I don't use these very often, so I'm just putting some spray down. That spray that I have there is my blue, and the blue is Broken China. And I'm going to use my green, which is Peeled Paint. Two of my very favorite colors of Distress Oxide spray from Tim Holtz. Be sure to wipe the nozzles when you're using this. I'm adding a little bit more water to blend the background there, and you can see that beautiful flower that was on the back, and it looks pretty nice the way it is. Just giving it a heat with my heat gun, and we're going to see what we're going to create today. I really like finishing these backgrounds, and I think it's a really great series because a lot of times you have all these backgrounds and you don't know what to do with them. At least that's me. I don't know. In the comments below, let me know what you do with your backgrounds. I would love to hear your suggestions. Well, I think that this is going to be dry, and my idea was to use these two die cut blocks that I have from Art by Marlene. I absolutely love her products, and I can't wait to use them again and again. I keep going to them. I just used a little bit more spray of my Broken China through that stencil there, just to add a little bit more dimension to the background. And I'm just wiping through this one stencil, and I realized it wasn't going to work very much because of the properties of the Distress Oxide. It's not going to work like a regular Distress ink, but I can see it a little bit, so I was happy with how it was looking. So now I'm trying to think, okay, what to do. I thought maybe a little bit more texture in the background, and this stamp was in my drawer, and I thought that if I put some of these kind of branches or stems down, maybe I could look through the die cut blocks from Art by Marlene and come up with a bunch of flowers. That would be really nice. So that's where I was going with this project at this time. The archival ink that I'm using there is Library Green, and I'm just giving it a quick dry with my heat tool. Then I was thinking maybe a little bit of text in the background, and I was testing out the color of ink that I had there, and this is a ink pad that I have had for a long time in my stash, and I use it a ton. Just putting a little blue ink on the background there, real random, and just giving it a press and putting that in the background. And the blue on the blue is a great technique because it's not too strong, it's not too bold, so it worked out really good. Giving my stamp a wipe, and I'm going to go back at it. So now I'm looking for my die cut blocks. These are amazing. Can you imagine how many projects you can make out of one of these die cut blocks? They are super cool, and they're really affordable. I got mine on Joggles, and I'm just looking at the sentiment, and I'm just waiting to see what inspires me by looking through this die cut block. You can see I have used some. I've made some beautiful cards. I've made a different art journal project, and I'm just seeing what's going to pop out at me. And right now I'm thinking about flowers. Yep, there's little birds, there's flowers, and I believe there's a sun in here. I was searching for the sun. Maybe the airplane would look cool, but that sun, yeah. And here's the sentiment I thought I was going to go with. It says, life is a circle. The end of one journey is the beginning of the next. Well, that was really, really attractive to me, and I thought that's what I was going to go for. So I'm going to pull out some of my rice paper from Art by Marlene, and I thought, well, maybe I would use some of that. I took the flowers, as you can see, out of the die cut book. I trimmed the little knobs off of the flowers, and I went around all the edges with my black marker. You can use any type of black marker for this. And I did cut off the antennae of the butterfly, and I'm putting all of these items down with my glue stick. Here I'm just cutting that dragonfly in not half, but in 2 pieces, so that it can go on the fold of my book. So go ahead and sticking everything down onto my background, and I'm really loving how this art journal page is turning out. I like leaving some of the flowers and elements hanging off the edge. I feel that it pulls it all together, and I had a great time making this background page. I had no idea that this was how this project was going to evolve, and I'm very, very happy with it. And thank you, Marlene, for all of your wonderful products. Art by Marlene products. I will link them below. You must check them out. They are amazing. But once you see that they are in stock, you better get your hands on them because they go fast. So look at all these really cute flowers. I was having a great time. And I'm going to stick them all down and come back. Oh, I forgot to stick some of these down, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And if you have a little bit of a ink blob or something that didn't stamp perfect, you put one of these flowers right over it and no one will be the wiser. Now what a great, easy, fun project. I'm cutting off the edges here, and that just makes everything a little more cohesive. And I'm going to use my Vintage Photo Distress ink and go all around the edges. That creates a really great border on your art journal pages. And that brown is something, I have 3 of the Vintage Photo Distress ink pads by Tim Holtz, because I use this one so much, and of course I do have the re-inkers, so I use this color a lot. It is definitely my go-to color for distress ink. Just using my foam applicator and putting that down, and loving how this is turning out. Now I need to use my white gel pen. I like to use my Signal, and here I put the distress ink over the sentiment there because it was really bright and bold, and I didn't think that it went just 100% with the background and the muted colors that I had on there. Adding some finishing touches with my Signal gel pen, and that is how quick and easy finishing these backgrounds can be. So get out your art journals and look through some of those backgrounds and see if you can use these techniques along in your art journal books. Isn't it fun? And make sure you get your hands on some of those die cut blocks by Art by Marlene products. Super, super duper fun. Great for card makers. I made some really good art journal pages, and here I'm finishing an art journal page that has been in my book for a long time. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you stay tuned, and we'll be back again next Saturday finishing another art journal page together. Have a great week, and we will see you again soon. Thanks so much for stopping.